What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Whooping. We get in a new Super Norteno. Are you guys ready for G Rides Part 2? What did I tell you guys when I left you with the cliffhanger? I got you guys tomorrow. 2 weeks later. Welcome back to the channel and another episode of Super Norteno. And we about to get it in, man. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content. Whooping. I'm going to tell you whopping. We was in Fresno, stuck like Chuck, beating someone up, taking their money. Let's get straight to it. I appreciate all the support, right? So if you watched the first video, then you remember we had just got done smashing on the homeboy and I was picking up all the money off the ground, right? And Ricky was on him like, whoa, whooping, you're a Southsider. You're not it. I was like, oh, Ricky, how easy I can manipulate him, right? Get your ass off of him. Let me get a kick in or two, right? So we swooped up, although the homies like, hey, you fuckers are going to pay for this. Like, oh, I am? Boom, pay for it now. And we got on running down the street, right? All up on the east side of Fresno, somewhere we should not have been, right? Bulldogs that people coming out the house whistling. And we're just running down the street, right? So we bend a couple corners. Thank God in California, there's alleys. And man, alleys are made for two things, shortcuts and hiding. And we were definitely doing a little bit of both, right? So we're shortcutting and we're hiding at the same time. And I'm like, hey, we need to call your mom, Rick. We need to call your mom. She's at Table Mountain. So I call my Thea after about the 10th time trying to call her. And we're in a panic because we're stuck. We can't really come out. I could hear sirens in the back. Hopefully it's the ambulance, right? Because we try to go that route. Ricky's like, well, what do you think? My mom's gonna come get us? We got money, right? I was like, shit, if not, bro, we're gonna go to the Greyhound. We're gonna get our Greyhound on, right? Now, if you've ever been to Fresno, the Greyhound, that is not the place to go to. Okay. That is Bulldog Central. That is gang banged out the gangbang, right? You're gonna go there, you're gonna get hit up at least 3 to 4 times before you buy your fucking ticket. So that was like option Z. Right now, we're on option A, which is Thea. If not, I'm on option B, walk into a bar and try to knock a torta, right? Then there's always option C, get out there on Motel Drive, Ricky, and bring in a truck driver. Like, do whatever we got to do. You know what I'm saying? And how he was going to bring in a truck driver, he was going to have to do this. Whooping, right? It was going to have to be some manipulation type shit. But we needed to get up out of Fresno and get back home. We left the homie on the side of the curb, stomped out. I hear cops in the background. Hey, come to find out, they weren't even going to pick him up. The homie wasn't going to say nothing. He was righteous. He was going to get up and walk his ass back to the chop shop and go on a manhunt for us, right? Me, on the other hand, I'm hoping option A pulls through. So finally, after 10 fucking calls, option A pulls through. Mike Diaz, what the fuck do you want? I said, Thea, we got a whole bunch of money. How much are we talking? Because I'm not going to do it for $20, bitch. I said, no, Thea, hey, we got like 6,000. Then now we're talking. Where you at? I said, well, where you at? Where do you think I'm at? Listen to this. Ling, 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 ling. I'm at the casino. I'm down $24. Where you at? I need to come up. I said, we're in Fresno. Ah, fuck. Pues that's far. I said, Tia, we're stuck right here. We just stomped old boy out. He deserved that, I'm sure. Where's my son at? So I said, Ricky, your mama's talking. Mom, we got a lot of money. More money than ever. I said, give me the fucking phone. We got a few dollars, man. Tia, come pick us up. I got you on gas. Are you going to have me on more than gas or I'm going to have that ass? So finally, my dad comes and gets us, right? And I'm not going to lie. We're hanging out at this little store right there. And I can't, I'll be a bullshitter if about 4 or 5 different times Bulldogs walked into that motherfucker and just looked at me like, what up, dog? I was like, whoo. Right? I was bullshitting like, whoo, just woofing at him. It was all good, right? We ended up jumping in the car. We get back to Merced, right? Or excuse me, back to Gustine. And we're back in Gustine, man. And my dad's like, God, you fucking did come up. We got all the 20s, all the 100s. We're just, we think we're balling, right? Hey, if you played it in slow motion, this is all you see. You see Ricky like, whooping, all happy. You see me like, all by myself. Like I did it, right? Which I kind of did, right? Because I pumped Ricky up to take the first punch, not knowing he was going to take the first punch right then and there. I was planning on taking this motherfucker in the alley and decimating him. But whatever. It happened right there in the middle of the street on the east side. So, boom. Not even tripping off. He's looking for us, what he's going to do. Like, I don't care. Fuck this dude. He had it coming, man. He stole everyone in the hood's car. So We run through that money pretty quick. Within a few days, man, my tia, I want to buy a new couch, mijo. Take me to rent to own, right? I said, no, we got enough cash just to buy the couch, tia. You're going to give me your cut? I said, no, fuck, no, I'm not. Well, she said, take me to rent to own. Because guess what? I ran it and then I fucking own it. I never paid back. She didn't, her credit history was history. Straight up. I don't care about credit. I don't need credit. See the prices? That is my credit. I got the fucking card from Michoacan. I got the card from Puro Jalisco way. I got this card. It's fucking unlimited from Monterrey. I also got a card from Juarez. There's nothing left on it. My tia was crazy. She used paisitas like fucking for Visa cards. Fucking this guy, look at this is my new one, my boyfriend. I said, yeah, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Qué? ¿Qué? Right? I said, is his name fucking ¿qué? Right? No, his fucking name is Debit. That's his fucking name, right? What's your passcode? This is one of my old men's. His name is passcode. This one is Debit, and this one is 4567. She knew all their shit. She locked down their information before she even fucking let him touch her. She already knew fucking how much they had in the bank. Go, well, you got 1,200? Fuck it, you're good. And that's how she was. So, anyways, we ran through that money. My tia went to rent a center. She got her a new fucking little TV for her room. Not even for the living room. Mijo, I'm gonna move my fucking, this TV's cracked. Yeah. You got a hole in the floor and a cracked ass TV. It's been like that for a long time. So fucking what, you're woofing? You got more? I said, well, my TV don't got a crack in it. I bet y'all go and I kick that motherfucker. It does. So she ends up buying her a little fucking like a 40-inch TV for her room. This is back in the days. The TVs were still thick and shit. They were heavy. It was heavy as fuck to put on her dresser. Her dresser went, you can see, hey, one push. If she pushed the button and didn't use the remote, the whole cajon was going to fall. She gets her new little couch. I ain't gonna lie, my tia has bad taste. It's all flower printed up. I didn't even know they had that shit at the Rent Center. It was one they were about to throw out in the back alley, but they're like, fuck it, we'll give it to you for $369. She was like, can I put $5 on it? She'll put $5 down on it and never pay for it, right? You know how many times they came and repossessed couches when we're laying on them? I remember these big old black dudes lifted up a couch Ricky was on. I was like, Robin, I'm trying to fuck. Right? They're like, get out of here. Everything always got repossessed. I remember at one point in time, man, there was no couch. For a long time, my tia was like, what, you got the fucking $20 to put down on it? I said, not this particular time. Fucking sit on the ground, bitch. Put your foot in the hole and just fucking bounce. So anyways, we ran through the money, right? She was all happy. She was rodeo burgered out the game. Like Ricky was fucking his off. He was at Burger King bags everywhere. Blockbuster videos that they were never going to take back. My tia still had the movie Beach Street from Blockbuster. She never took back, right? Purple Rain and shit. When the doves cry, like they had everything, old school shit. Just nothing that ever got rented out ever went back. So I'm thinking of new ways to pull a lick. Now I'm all pumped up. Like when you have money, fast money like that, you want more fast money, right? So one of the homeboys calls me. It's about 3-4 days later. He's like, hey, bro, what happened to the homie? I said, what happened? He said, man, he's saying, hey, he's going around telling everyone you guys smashed him. You and Ricky, you guys robbed him and shit, bro. He didn't have that coming. I said, fuck that dude, bro. That fool was burning us and shit. That fool ain't no, you know, he'd be stealing the shit. And I ran him down the whole story. He was like, yeah, fuck, bro. Hey, that wasn't cool. That's the homie right there. I said, oh, he's more homie than I'm homie? He's like, not really, bro, but he's still like, I can't pick and choose. I said, well, look, I pick and choose to fucking hang up on you. You ready? He's like, no. Hey, at least talk to him and shit. I'll go to his pad, put him on the phone. You guys have a talk. So if he wants that fade, you down? I said, fuck yeah, I'm down. I want to kick him right in his teeth again. So sure enough, man, he goes, I'll call you back in a little bit. About 5 minutes later, I was like, damn, that motherfucker walk fast, right? He actually jumped in his whip, went to the homie's house where that dude was at, calls him, right? And he's like, and he gets on the phone. And he's like, what's up, fool? The fuck you guys do that for? I said, nah, bro, you like to burn people and shit. Nah, I'm cool, bro. You used my cousin to steal cars. You wasn't really my cousin's friend. You were just using him because you know he's a tonto, right? Ricky's like, whooping. I don't like tonto. I like natives. I like Indian Joe, but I don't like tonto. I said, shut the fuck up, right? So he's like, nah, bro, fuck that. If I see your primo, it's on, bro. You already know. He ain't from the hood. I said, so what's up with me, though? How about me? I started stepping up for Ricky. Even though I know Ricky would dust him. Easy money. Easiest money. Ricky be like, whoop, I don't even have to take my hands out to beat you. Ding, ding. Kick him. I'm like, what's up? Like, I'm trying to pick a fight with this dude. I want to fight him. Right? He ain't trying to fight. He's like, nah, I got you, bro. Wait till I see you. I got you. I'm like, well, where you at? He said, I'm at the homeboy Juju's house. I said, well, I'm going to pull up to Juju's house. He said, but you don't have a car, eh? I said, yeah, because you probably stole the motherfucker, right? Hey, look. Tell the homie come swoop me up, but we can fucking go to the dead end park and do our thing. He's like, nah. It ain't. Watch. You'll see. I got primos from Fresno that are coming down. I said, I got a prima in Fresno too that dates a bunch of bulldogs. I'll get you bit in that motherfucker, right? we're just talking shit back and forth. I'm like, look, bro, I'm not gonna argue with you. You're a homie and shit. It's whatever, bro. It's whatever. He's like, yeah, it is whatever. You'll see. I said, okay. So I tell Ricky, we need to have a friendly family conference. So he's like, whooping. I said, this dude's talking about killing us, fool. He's like, whoop, I expected that. Let's go get him. I said, well, hold up. I don't want your mom to know because she'll go down there and whip his mom's ass. Like, we got to do this smooth. We got to be on the alert. They know where you live. He knows where you live, bro. He's talking about primos from Fresno and all kinds. Rick said, whooping. I don't like Fresno. They bit me. I said, I know they bit you. Look, we're going to go find out where this motherfucker's at. We're going to pull up on him and we're going to do the double up. Are you ready to do the bubble up? Ricky said, whooping, right? So we're all around Merced looking for this fool. We had the homie swoop us up. We're looking. This fool's nowhere to be found. This fool went back to Fresno to literally call his peoples up to fucking do us dirty, right? So they're assembling their troops. I'm assembling mine. I get a whole bunch of homeboys on my side that don't like this fool. Okay. We go to one of the OG homeboys' house, right? The homeboy shotgun. Big shotgun from the West. Rest in peace, right? And me and him were cool. We did time together. We was in Sandy Mush. We was in the county jail together. He's not from my hood, but he's an OG from the West Side. Those that are from the West Side know Big Vic. They know Shot. They know all of them, right? The family, the Durants. Facts. This is just facts. So I go to him and I'm like, hey, bro, this motherfucker right here. And he was like, oh, bro, we've been looking for that motherfucker. He's still in town? I said, why? What happened? He said, let me tell you what happened. So them dudes were like OGs, West Side VMR, Barrio Merced Rifa, old school shit, right? And I knew a lot of them. Local man who's locked up doing live, man, BB gun, a shotgun, a bullhead, chopper. Like these guys are old school in my town, old heads, right? And he's like, hey, fucking. So they were into like the lowrider scene. There was a group out there called Canales Unidos. They used to fuck with them, right? That was some of their primos, and that was like a big car club in Merced. Then there was a Stilo car club, and they had like the lowrider of the year, strictly business. It was a Cutlass for years, and there was a lot going on there in the car scene. I wasn't stealing the car scene, or the I'll take your beat out the car scene, or as a pull out, well, let's pull in and pull out scene, right? That was my scene. But they had some badass whips in their garage, and I guess he had jacked one of them, or they knew he was behind it. He had some Asian dudes come and jack him, and so they had been looking for this dude, but we didn't know. And the reason we didn't know is because he's from our neighborhood and we would have had to back his play against someone else, right? So now he's telling me this now that he knows we're kind of on the same team here. So he's like, hey, bro, if you could bring that fool to my brother's pad, he wants to get at him like in a real way. So I'm thinking to myself, the wind's blowing, right? Maybe me and Ricky can lure him, you know what I'm saying? Hey, lure him over here, do what we got to do, and let them deal with it. So we go to Fresno, right? We're at my prima Brianna's house. We're chilling with her bulldog boyfriend and a few of his dogs, right? And I'm running them down like, hey, you guys know the chop shop in Fresno? So I take them back to the place. We load up about 6 bulldogs, me and Ricky. And I can't lie, Ricky was there like this the whole time. What? But I don't want to run with the werewolves. I was like, shut the fuck up and don't say nothing, right? They know we're active Nortenos at this time. They don't give a fuck, right? They're just going to back our play because Brianna, my prima's old man, is their big homie, and that's just the way it was fucking going down, right? So you got about 5 or 6 bulldogs rolling around in the Cutlass Supreme and 2 Norteños acting like they're not active. It's just what it was. I speak truth, right? So we actually get to this chop shop. They're like, hey, we know the spot, bro. Hey, they got hella feed-em-ass cars right here. And one of the bulldogs goes, hey, I know the vato that runs this shit. I'm going to get off the car. So I said, hey, this is what dude looks like. Ooh, he's a little, you know what I'm saying? He's dark. He's ugly. You know what I'm saying? You could tell because he walks like that, right? And he's like, I said, plus he probably has a Nike print right here when I stomped his shit. It hasn't been that long. So he gets off the car. He's in there for like, 20 minutes. We're waiting in the car. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, fuck, I'm hungry. Let's go to the taco truck. So we dip off and leave their homeboy there, go to a taco truck. I'm all up in Fresno like I'm from there. Bulldogs are barking. Other bulldogs are walking. What that dog? Right? And I'm sitting there like, if they only knew. And they're thinking we're other dogs because we're there, but they're like, hey, what's up, hey? What's up, dog? I'm like, what up, dog? Ricky's like, whooping, dog. All right, we're kicking it. I'll take the Sonora whooping, dog. So we're eating. We go back. Their homeboy calls, right? He's like, hey. He's like, yeah, hey, that fool was there, fool. He's in there right now. So I'm like, fuck it. How many fools is there? He says, there's a gang of fool. We can't just fucking approach him like that. These are his family. I'm like, damn, man, let's just wait. So we're waiting all day long. These other bulldogs are like, hey, bro, my old lady's blowing me up. Shit, I got to get somewhere, right? So, hey, my fucking prima's old man says, well, at least you guys know where he's at. I said, well, I already knew where he's at. He's like, motherfucker, if you knew that, you didn't need us. I said, let me borrow your little Honda, your whip. He's like, you're a trip. You don't even know how to drive stick shift. I said, but Ricky does. Can you believe that shit? I don't know how to drive stick. I do now. At that point, I didn't know how to drive stick shift, but Ricky sure knew how to. That motherfucker was locked up too much. Anyways, Ricky's like, what? I can fucking drive this. I know how to do it. Like, you just have to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Let's just get there. So he lets us borrow his shit. So we're parked, me and Ricky. And Ricky's snoring. He's like, oh, whooping. He talks in his sleep. And I'm right there and I see him come out. And I'm like, fuck it. He's by himself and he's walking to a car. A clean ass Cutlass Supreme, too. Better than the ones we were riding in with the Bulldogs. This motherfucker's on Rams, beating shit. So I'm like, damn, the homie's always doing better than me. It's because he's a fucking master car thief. So I jump off and I walk up there. And he sees me and he jumps back. He's not strapped. I ain't got nothing on me either. I'm like, hey, wait up, bro. Wait up. And I said, what's up? He's like, what's up? I said, hey, bro, what's all that shit you were talking? He's like, nah, bro, I was just bullshitting this shit, man. I said, nah, fuck that, bro. Ricky's in the car right now. He wants that fade. Let's go. He's like, hey, man, don't tell your crazy cousin nothing, bro. He's like, man, you guys did me dirty, bro. I never did you dirty. I said, nah, you used my cousin. You burned us, bro. That ain't cool. He's like, nah, but it wasn't like that, man. It was an investment, eh? So this guy was trying to come up. I was trying to help you to come. He's manipulating. I'm starting to buy it, too. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, bro, the next lick would have been more. And see, it just compiled. Yeah, I'm always going to get a little bit more. Motherfucker, it's my chop shop people. It's my fucking cars that I take. Like, I do everything. All you guys do is steal them. I said, but that should count for something. It does. It counts for what I give you. I said, well, hold up. You don't give me shit, eh? We start to go like back and forth. Like, I'm mad that I'm not. Then I'm mad that I'm not. But then I still remember he's from the hood. Even though he said he was going to kill me and I wanted to get him, he's still from the hood. And that, ultimately that trumps everything. So he's like, nah, bro. He's like, hey, we got this big old lick coming up. And I said, well, look, I'm going to tell you this right now, bro. The homies want to talk to you back in the hood. I'm manipulating them because even though he thinks he got me, I got a plan, right? So he's like, fuck, bro, I got some big shit coming out. I ain't going back to the town in a minute. I'm like, well, what you got going on? He was like, I'm going to need a gang of people, bro. I said, I got a few Bulldogs. He's like, nah, fuck that. We don't fuck with them. I said, well, I do. Trip out. Let me get my primo, right? I call my primo's Brianna's old man. Let me get him a couple of his homeboys. He said, are they tripping off the north-south shit, the Bulldog shit? I said, nah, bro. I mean, they are, but for some money, they're not. I said, but you can't burn these dudes, bro. This is Fresno cats. They move different. They're like light years ahead of us, bro. So let's just fucking do what we do. So he's like, all right, hey, 1,000 each. I said, 1,000 each? We made more than the last one. He said, yeah, you made a lot more. You stole my money. I said, whopping, right? He's like, nah, bro, look. It's a 2-night lick, bro. We're going to do this, man. 1,000 each car. I said, well, hold up. How many cars are involved? He said, there's like 50 of them, bro. I said, so we could each come up. He goes, nah, motherfucker, there's 50 cars, as many as you could take that night. Boom. That's it. We were doing the gone in 60 seconds move, right? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I get these dogs. They're down, whatever. We go do this thing, right? I get 3 cars, 3 racks. I'm happy. Ricky gets 2. He's happy. Like, we're good. Literally good. We're fucking me and that dude, that's what friends are for good times. And bad times, the Nike print will go away and more. That's what camaradas are for, right? We're like friends again. But we're not, right? So we do this whole weekend thing. The Bulldogs are happy. We're barbecuing. My prima's that fool sitting there dancing with my prima's homegirl. Hey, fucking her Bulldog boyfriend pulls me to the side. He was like, hey, didn't you want to we could fuck this fool up right now if you want. Take all his money too. I'm like, nah, bro. We already did that before. She didn't work. We're still friends. Let's just be cool. But in my mind, I go, I got something for him. He should have never talked that shit about my tia and me and all that, right? The wind is going to blow. So I'm like, hey, bro, the homies still want to get at you. He was like, oh, bro, you going to back my play with them? I said, yeah, they're tripping because you told them that we stomped you out and all that shit. So just go back and just say, bro, nah, it was the Bulldogs that jumped us and that I fucking kicked you on accident. And that's why you have the Cortez fucking emblem on your face, right? He was like, they're not going to believe that. They're not stupid, bro, like your cousin. Ricky's like, what? Don't be calling me stupid because you know me $1,000. I said, Ricky, calm down. Ricky's like, oh, we don't even like him, remember? Ricky was actually the smart one. He was just speaking his mind. From the heart, the mouth speaketh, right? Me, I got better plans. So I'm like, yeah, don't trip. So he's like, all right, bro. Hey, let's just keep our story straight. So we make up a story, all right? We kick back, man. I ain't gonna lie. We chilled with some chicks that night at a motel room. I'm watching him. He's watching me the whole time because we still don't fully trust each other. But it is what it is. Because like, what? Why all of a sudden we're friends with this guy? I said, Ricky, I fucking love you, man. You're a gangster. Well, of course I'm a gangster. I've been a gangster since I was like 6 years old. Since that one time you socked me and I lifted up the red rag and I said, fuck you, Andy. No, I said, yeah, okay. I know. So we're kicking back, right? Next day, we go into the town. We go to the park. Just a couple homeboys there. I had called them before, play it off. So they're like, what's up, bro? You guys cool as shit? Like, nah, we're good, bro. It was misunderstanding. They're like, all right. A fucking tight ass lowrider pulls up, and I see that fool's look in his face, and he's like, "Oh," you can tell when someone sees something, they go white as a ghost and like shocked, and they're gonna run, right? And he looks, and shotgun gets out like, "Hey, what's up, homie?" Right? And I'm like, and the way he said, "What's up, homie?" Right? I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" Right? And old boy tried to run, and my homeboy just grabbed him. He said, "Nah, bro, you be stealing everyone's shit, bro. One of my fucking homeboys got his shit stolen. It's time." Listen, these fucking all these OGs pull up, man. They didn't even beat him up. They was on him. That motherfucker didn't want zero smoke. Let me tell you guys, that day, that one day, the homie said, "I'm not from the hood anymore." Jumped in his whip and left, and we never seen him again. So all's well that ended well. That's how he ended up, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ended up with a little bit of money, got my run backs. He didn't even have to have hands put on him. What they told him and what they said and what they talked about his family, I can't even repeat, but it was crazy. Hey, we went back to my tia. My tia was like, "God, fuck if I used to fuck Shaka." What? It's crazy. Anyways, with that being said, if you guys enjoy these, be prepared because today, I know you guys been waiting, brothers. We got a Superwood. Have your fucking seatbelts ready, your rig ready, and your coffee drank already.